From 3 music awards to the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, the list of nominees for the 22nd VGMAs have been unveiled, and already some musicians are expressing discontentment. They say they deserve nominations, but they are conspicuously missing from the list. Justified? Later, we have a conversation on the call for the regulation of content on TV and radio. This has come as a result of the murder of the 11-year-old boy in Kasoa. Some say the 2 persons who committed the act, both teenagers, did that as a result of the proliferation of spiritualists on our TV and radio stations. This is what we are seated to discuss on this episode of Bloggers Forum. My name is Benefo Boabin Abrantipa. Welcome to Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. My guest, Nene B, is a columnist, a lawyer in the making. Osaton Sase, Ewada. Nene.
Misansu don Nyaba.
Udode.
Nyaba. Your body say, like fruits and vegetables.
Oh, okay. Nyaba. Nyaba.
Nyaba. Don Nyaba.
And a vegetables here atoso dear.
Atoso.
Atoso dear.
Atoso.
Dear.
Eto.
Nani already is with Nani already is with oneplayafrica.com. Nana Akwaba.
Me just minia.
What's what on there?
Me ton content, any ideas? Okay. One Play Africa and a One Play Africa networks.
Mati.
If I put content, I will put ideas out of your business. That's what your proposal, so someone know for. That's what your agent, not artist. A plug it and young a quaboche. You're from Ghana to Al Jazeera now. Go from here. I'm sorry, my friend 024 902029. I mean, sure.
Propose idea. The Councillor Lutrots of Bloggers Forum. Ama Bruni is on standby with Nkomo.
Fufu bi abakrum I wo hwe no bi how what now when this one no abomodin atonkra we yakoma no lions don't respond to frogs and no anening it is what it is amabroni me kwaya masanso aba na watwi sema akoso nyina maboa no amede ba besom mayentwa ye hombra sisia Amayen bonra nkomonim emi se na watwi atwam wo follow a Ghanaian gospel musician Sonny Badu based in the UK to make some posts be or train as said wakonya degree for aka any titles nti see dia wo friend Dean Professor Sonny Badu PhD Canadian yi jesem na no na Ghana fo amu ni yende da wo say Dean Professor Sonny Badu PhD we dey enti bi da ti ho kohwehwem na nkofo kaso yi de fake ni adena Niechi ama for attention is a Sonny so nini na the 4 months 4 months na nya sa abaso edin nyina ne na Ghana ni bi wa friend manoni ma temensa ko concern ankasa also onu kwa ye follow up no chema follow up no nya ya ansa ne chese school na Sonny can university no they are not accredited by any accreditor nti ne kwa ne say awards ni nyina ni degrees ni na fake and the Ghana for fan chen and na Sonny Badu hu send a conversation ko no be chirema hu Ghana for mukasa too much but no party already responded to mu if he say lions don't respond to frogs and na ko say hene ha Sonny Badu say say ya gu ha de ya frogs and ye be share association of frogs then what to be man na what you say be break course so nsem bo ha de BS be ho de na serious pa ya abena kokko TV3 presenter wa mu so mu show no ye no abena na na watch your video bi o chema media general was any show no was suspended na dey na was suspended kokko show kokko chema okoye video kakra bi enye wo se waje ni bra kakra waje ni pant kakra na ja odi jene ni kakra ne na ni adwumayefo no hu na oso abena show ya wuye ne sa ho ya ka ne emfa nti se ne ebe ye ne se ye betwe aso kakra ye be puti show no hold na abena bai eni sum abena kokko su abena oh one kasa hu video na ubeye emotional ye na nkaka na focus so mo amunim sa abna kokko ye ka bipolar no no di mu chame like off front line even though say she's living with that disorder she's also preaching about it bibim pona ba you can even think so maybe and then they buy na say but abna chema she wasn't going through a breakdown she didn't have that or no tree phone no so no abe show inti muntu me separate from adwuma from onwa normal life. Owo be do one what mo se TV3 mo man second chance opamocho mo friend abna kokko amana ansu ho ye kan ye pa chow yi abna so afan ye echi akwa release for kra je say wa uko ni page o Instagram wa be hu video we dey share black way bio abna ya na ye pa chow ba so we am ade na bruso yes re obebiri sa na Ghana Africa we say adwobro. Young rich nigga, spending plenty dollar. Wow, huni amiche na ye shatabando. Na watching shatabando unwa kwa ba asempao. But shatabando no obo modern akọ bole. Na onu akasa eye video bi edito Snapchat. Wo hwe bando nchen won paswa. Obi akọkọ bi pan oda ne nchen. Akọla no so oye teenager. Na so ha video ni betu dwane na eye papa bi ba also oye uncle of girl na shatabando ne de dan paso. Ochema shatabando we raping nuan. Shatabando. Shatabando we raping nuan. I don't know focus say bando be a raping girl. Girl ya no that bando nche. I don't put the yenye ne be hwehwem. But girl na kasa ba out abetwem say shatabando we raping. Shatabando say anko bi be raping no ankasa ye video ko Instagram live. Also be rape obi enyo no girl na raping nti munja is a rape case ni we nye case bia cause girl na be clarify say bando anye ne hwe nti muma ye ntwa so na ye ntwa so say ye twa so dia eye Zaraman osebo one onu na che say na watwi bia ya o trendy wa ni mo che boni fashion dada skirt ya o hye no kita briefcase we pose ba ko wasan so we pose ba ko aka na osebo ko ye odi biaba oko show bi so o say super show bi so ye cooking program na enu na osebo ba ben nua aduan na osebo so oni obanua brody ampesi ni nkontomre stew na osebo sade en shade asina yen kwa osebo ohuru eyi brody hu wa bu brody ba kwa ohuru hu we twa ne tie twa na se ye hu ane so osebo de ade akona na wa start e ka grill etching eyi chocolate osebo enya na osebo start re brody raw sa no I dey present and say hey osebo de na koso osebo sa wonte brody raw na mere ne sa no etu hypertension etu diabetes just osebo le still same bebre
me be we body no because esai ade bebre
ya ni aye no
and mama mbisa mo so ko party bi na say wo bracelet bi is worth $12,000 system ne na ne so ba Ghana cedis ma almost 70,000 Ghana cedis yira nka obaye den eni bi na atu efia Schwarzenegger chema na watwi echem ya na blogger GH hype or your party be no to ne safre na efia na o share da hye ne ho ofa o hye ne ma na o chema ne watch ne bracelet ne ade over $12,000 obomodin ya na o share no so de ko party odu ho no ma kasakasa bi ba bouncers bodyguard hu ya ne se won yi ni chei efia chemu a $12,000 bracelet ne watch ni na o mafa na nkofo se efia 70,000 Ghana cedis asem na okay and I say one shade anti nim scanning mana the efia chema $12,000 worth of bracelets and I auntie so hu anu abomode anu ade ama sister efia ne hu be hia na nkasa Easter we dia manfo deeper uko efie mo bia asrew ne wo fia sorry one we aduan we didi but ebusuye bi mo Kasoa Easter dey bibi fan we ni so pa Easter Saturday no na ebetu dwa say abofra bi a we di 11 years mo fra bi teenagers so 16 17 o ma fa ade abonu ko echi ekum abofra yi anka obisa se wode ne koye den wo se wode ne koye sikedru na ma fo say teenagers mo do won koye sikedru na iwo chirema a police for so won pension no bisa wano wo chirema wo hwe TV na spiritual wa mala first ka ba ne ndo bo e be ma musika dendende enu bi na wo tie na won so wo se ne saade a ye den adamfo yi beko na wo kuma bufre ya wo Kasoa asem ne ban kofo bebre akaso Ghana ha ya na ye blame mu mo sorry mama TV so radio so mama akonfo yi kwan na wo ba na first cabra ye bedo bo na ma ye betumi ayese ama ani na mo kole ye tie e de wonwe yi 11 year wo makokum ne sakodo akogye sekedru enu na nkomo ye didi ya na ye National Media Commission omo chairperson ya bodu aye boafo odin sem bia betuja o chema o sa investigation na police fo ne ba be ka so ye TV malam fo na omo influence ye lazy investigation I man sheda anya ade ne mun ko back na mun pe bibi fofronka mun tumi generalize ade ne say eye malam fo na aye na enu na eye comedian Waris oye video bi hun say abranti yanka onu ankasa comedian ka ye zo ba be stress de bi hun say we suama na ni ase nyina ho o chema hwe sa asem na o kan de ye lazy and da men ka bi crampoda koso no comedian Waris chema comedian Waris o chema onu ankasa ni nua sometime ago bi sa nkrofo ye bi bo omode a chi ni nua ade ne ye sacrifice ritual purposes inti sa asem ne de Ghana fo mbo modin na mo ye bibi fa ho cause ekoso da se nto wada nti wo na yobaka so ene fa he na ekosin ya but asem ne nyina wo krom na ne se bo ma ho ban hwe won ye pa na obenwa ne so bidi no akwa koje ti asem na no no ye ma ebusuafo a ade atoni ye ma mo so ya akopa eje nya aba Vodafone Ghana Music Awards nominee list no more release na enu na wa oni we ka VGMA ye hwe ni mpa se this year nkombe include eye Stone Boy ene Chatawale e ka dancer artist but this year so man for one kan wa mu hu say some time ago mu de betu dwa so say the man left ban na then fine na kofu ebien wa ni Stone Boy ne Chata wo say kwan ya mu class mo release ban there was no professional mo am friend ye mo man ya antina nkonya ye hu ane say na media ni mu say mo release ban nti one day na nka worry partake but afede less na ba ye hu so this year omo nkan na nkofo bebre na one na nka we expect say obe nominate won we nya bi say the adina one na set record wo so obi apan okita highest nomination nkofo keka menim say won so artist wo nominating for any category I say category nominees no mo ye na afa binum ho kon pa ai eye Flocking Stone rapper o chema this year VGMA na mwacha ni muza awards kim na ncheda anya papa cause o hwe ni mpa asanka aya afi 2021 ko benya nomination ba we nya bi nti ono ne asem o kan nyina ne say awards kim ne cannot be trusted but Flocking say me check me VAR uma enya wona sometime ago ko ja award yi bia wo dan wasi ade na afa de this time afa akon ho a say enye credible hey Ghana fo enye me sorry so hama broni na watching your course in Amity Abrem. Diabrantipa, so muna to assume.
And that's Amabroni with Nkomo issues happening in showbiz. Now what Dewa. Aye, frogs and lions na omonyan toka na omoko. Nene. Then ade echo.
Masa. Some catch was a admission go school.
Yeah.
I'm going to learn for a graduate degree in something. And hopefully, I'm really inspired this week. Because, you know, in the US, they don't tell you the number of years you're supposed to do your degree. They just tell you the number of courses you're supposed to take. And then you will decide the number of years you use to take your courses. You can decide to take 1 credit or at that pace, or you can do, if it's 24 credits, you can do 24 credits in 4 months. If you have the level of grace anybody has. So I'm aspiring for that level of grace and miracle so that I can do 24 credits in 4 months. So that at least he's really inspiring. You see, the thing about people hiding behind the clout or the cloth of I'm a man of God, touch not my anointed, don't speak ill of the man of God, you know. Let me tell you something. As a Christian, we are all men of God. You understand? The Bible says that your friend is saying
we were created in God's own image.
No, the Bible says that confess to one another and pray for one another. If you have the power to confess to one another, that means that you have the power to check one another. So if me, a man of God, which I really am, realize that another man of God who Sonny Badu is going or is talking in the nonsense, I have the spiritual power and backing of God to check him. So they should stop that nonsense of I'm a man of God, I'm a preacher, I'm a minister, so you shouldn't say anything about me, you'll be cursed. The curse will come back to you yourself. You understand? You can't just claim you are a man of God and anytime you open your mouth, all that come out of your mouth is negativity towards the word or the other people. Where is the love Jesus has us to spread?
But that's not in the case of Sonny Badu, because he does social media posts and encourage people.
No, but then when people say something about you, the first reaction you can get or give to them is to attack them and say negative posts about. You see, when you do a general, you are blessed. It's different from when you target somebody and spew curses at them. You understand? You are targeting the person individually and focusing your energy and your spiritual authority on the person. You understand? That's habit need to stop, you know. And I don't know, Charlie.
He says he knows the mindset of his people. That is why he doesn't live in Ghana. There be a negativity.
Okay, he should keep his mindset wherever he's living. If he is a man of God and he thinks that he has a ministry to, isn't changing mindset part of the Romans chapter 12 verse 1 to 2?
So for call.
It's a renewal of the mind part of the job of a minister. So if you think that your people have a negative mindset and you call yourself a minister, is that not your job to renew the mind of the people? Is running away from a problem what you're supposed to do as a man of God, and call yourself a man of God, and all you can do is run away from a problem and say that because there's a problem I'm running away. Sorry.
Nana.
I'm right here.
Then echo.
They're crying, I mean, what Nana is talking about them, I don't want to even go there because we forget that if you're a man of God, you're a human being. If I post a picture of me holding a certificate and you don't agree with it, do your research and put it out. Don't attack me. Because when you act, you don't expect me not to react. But anyway, hold here. I don't want to go there. I want to touch on is it exactly, are you guys quoting what comedian Waris said, or is not correct? It's not a verbatim quote.
Which of his stories? You are very dumb.
Yes.
For blaming. He said it.
I don't want to think that young comedian Waris really said dumb to the National Media Commission boss, Mr. Buda Yabafo, because then he just showed his level of ignorance as a comedian. What am I saying? And probably, I know he has followers. Comes back to what Nene was saying. So Nebadu says, I know my people. And then Tia said, he has followers who will not weigh what he said, and they will support him by insulting a reverend man or somebody who has worked hard to achieve what he has achieved. What did the man say? Or say, man yen kase TV na ye you TV so no pe. Ana ye cause of say in kolam yenu ekoche omunya ketwa 10 years old boy eden eku no. How is this done? How is this thing done? We've been in this country, I have said it on this show before, that our bear for 4 years now our social media and new media. It is what is costing us as Ghanaians, because the level at which the people who brought it and what they have gone through in their life, over 100 or 200 years, they've gone through it. It is for them. It's easier for them to connect with some of these things. We are here and we said traditional TV and radio is dead. TV bear 4 years, how is it that something that you and I said that it is dying now becomes the blame for a certain 2 young boys who killed their fellow young brother over money ritual? We have to be open-minded as a people. What the man said, he wasn't even defending his office. He was even trying to let the police know that you have to do your job. Because they got a TV there. And what the kids see on social media and in their societies now is even more dangerous than what they watch on television. Let's be sincere. The boys they live in Kasoa. Probably in their neighborhood, boys are driving Benz. The boy driving the Benz is like 21, 22-year-old. 3 Benz, 3 latest Benz. Esi kamu 2 sika, sika man for. We chat video, selfie, they are to social media, either to Facebook and WhatsApp. So now these kids these days, when you take their phone, they are on Facebook, they are on WhatsApp, they even know a lot of the tech things that even we do now. Now say openine kasa say okay, don't blame it on just the TV, so that in Ghana we will do the apportion of blame game. Then after 2 weeks, somebody will go and do sex tape, and then we'll forget about the boy and the mother and the pain that the family is going through. Then we'll go and talk about the sex tape. Then you sit down as a so-called influential comedian to attack, and your words that you use is dumb. That's the Sonny Badu say, I know my people are. The foolishness of that comment is so disrespectful to the man, he has to come and apologize to the man. There's a boy in Kumasi whose video audio I was listening to on xylophone on Wednesday. This boy was featured in a song called Ajiska, and he was quoted by saying that one time no moja, o person will trick car baby, only car Range Rover. If you open your Facebook right now, go to your friend request list. One can bear 10 or 5 to 10 malams. I must send you a friend invitation. Even when you do a post on Facebook, these malams have boys who are seated and they are posting. I need 15 boys who are serious and I'll make them rich. I need this, I need that. If people are not taking these people serious, why are they always coming up? We've left the society part where the country is so hard that I'm saying this not to cause pain to anybody, but I'm telling you on authority that if those 2 boys had succeeded in doing the ritual and they are taking the money back home, I tell you, their parents will never have asked them where they got the money from. Have you been to Kasoa? Have you been there? I was there on Monday.
Not recent.
I was there on Easter Monday. I wanted to see for myself where the boys they live. I was there myself. I am telling you, if those 2 boys had succeeded and they were not caught, and they had brought back the money and they had come back to their family, what
makes you so sure?
Boss, I said nabo and a back with you. I said, yeah, catch a fish. What I say? Usa not now golden fish.
Me the cotton and I'm a
cotton. To Cosa, they are Ubenyabino, own son of Winigino.
You are to Crana or issue.
When people are going through a certain level of poverty and through no fault of theirs, they have to find ways of means of feeding. I'm telling you, at a point in time when somebody breaks the chain, it's hard for the people around to ask the source of the money until something happens. I'm not saying that the 2 boys' parents would not have questioned them. I'm saying if they have succeeded. Now, if Wallace thinks that what the National Media Commission man said was done, he should propose a better thing for us. He should tell us what we should do as a country to solve such a problem. He is forgetting that in society that we live right now, washing baby men's outside now. You find boys driving cars, Benz, now they're taking pictures and posting and sharing. Bruh, how is it that television now is now the biggest influencer for somebody killing somebody?
Okay, so let's take a break. When we return, we will have an extensive conversation on this one, TV and radio content, the call for some level of regulation. Some say when we do this, it's a way of guarding the media. There are also concerns that if we fail to apply the brakes, we will see more of these. But who is supposed to because the National Media Commission says it doesn't lie within their mandate to, regulate content. We are back to have a discussion on this before we do the VGMAs nominees. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. My name is Abrantipa. Nania Redu is with OnePlayAfrica.com. Nene B is a columnist. Now, before we went on a break, Nania was making a submission on the call for radio and TV contents to be regulated. Let me get Nene's opinion. One a law student. What's your master's or Donald Trump?
Open Grace, like Sonny Badu Grace, I'm waiting to born sharp. Now we are the postia, none in cough, workers and no one. Obetrum,
so many frogs.
Lions or Dr. Frogs.
So this issue, what's your position? Do you think that the radio and TV contents are to blame for what has happened?
Okay, so
and that there is the need for the content to be regulated.
Let me start from where I ended on the Sonny
Badu issue.
I said that when I was about to say, I don't mean kind of answer it. I said that I'm a religious person, right?
My God.
I'm a very religious person. Apart from chopping women, I don't sin.
Apart from the
chopping women, I don't sin.
There's a thing.
Okay. I like being religious because it provides me with some form of comfort, clarity, and guidance in life, right? And also, there is a level of problem that comes with being religious, right? Because being religious is a form of looking up to an authority that is hovering over you, right? And because you have an authority that is hovering over you and you believe that your life revolves around what that authority does, in most people who are religious, it creates some form of authoritarianism, right? Or some form of crave for authoritarianism, where if you are a religious person, you believe that you don't have any control over your life. So everything that happens is as a result of other people's action and not your action. It begins with it's as a result of God's action and not your action. Then it goes to it's as a result of other people's action and not your action. So anytime something happens, for most religious people, the first thing they think about is, whose fault is it? Not my fault. Whose fault is it? That is why in a lot of churches there's a lot of focus on the enemies or the enemy and blah blah blah, because it's always another person's fault and never your fault. And I don't think that is biblical for me. I think that God gave us free will for a reason. You understand? And so Ghana is a religious country also. So in Ghana, anytime anything happens, the first thing Ghanaians do is look out for who is to blame for this, and always the blame is somebody else apart from me who is talking. You understand? So it is the government, it is the media who is not doing something right. That is why my life is not the way it's supposed to be. I told my dad when I was young, right, that he said I was singing some lyrics or some song, and he felt that lyrics was not the way it's supposed to. It's a Christian supposed to sing those lyrics. And I remember telling him that, and he used the expression, I didn't raise you that way. I was like, you're not the only person who raised me. Jay-Z also raised me. After I said that to my dad, I was dumb, but still. The point I'm trying to make is that, the media does have some influence, but I made some post on Facebook on Sunday, right, that I always gravitated towards rap music that had positive message. And you know why I always gravitated towards those rapping that positive message? Because of the value system I was raised on. You understand? The value system attracts what gives you what you want to be. and what you look up to. So there's a lot of content on the media. People's value system determines what they watch on the media. I don't watch Christian channels. I'm a Christian because I don't like the type of music they play. Or instrumentation, maybe. But there are some people who that's all they watch. Me, I only watch news channels, CNN, maybe I'm TV that CNN. There are some people who only watch movie channels. You understand? Mm-hmm. And all of us have the right to decide what we want to watch. You understand? Mm. And so, when you say, I read the press release by the Film something,
National Film Authority,
whatever their name is. When you say you are coming to regulate content, will it include live content? Will it include if anything, news? The point I'm trying to make is that I've always said on this show several times that I am 100% anti-censorship because you see the thing about censorship is always a knee-jerk reaction to some problem that this type of content is on TV.
It's not a knee-jerk reaction.
Censorship is almost always a knee-jerk reaction.
If you work with a Pan-African television or
that is, you see when you mention a particular TV station, that is
I'm saying
content they want to promote. Type of content they want to promote.
It's not knee-jerk because censorship is not knee-jerk because there are times and everything. If you read television, if you read television, they will tell you there are times where you can show A, there are times where you can show B. You can't show B on A time because it's wrong. It's not knee-jerk, bro.
That is not censorship. Censorship are two different things.
It's not knee-jerk. It's not censorship and examination.
You see,
and those things, they are not knee-jerk.
Let me last
it's part of television production.
Why do you say it's knee-jerk?
How do you say
I remember I wrote 2 articles last year on Ghana Web about one about the COVID, the law that was passed, the imposition, and what's the name? And there was one about the censorship issue. I remember talking specifically about freedom of speech, right? And one of the antidotes I used was I used the story of Adolf Hitler, how there was a law that was passed because there was a particular issue that was happening in Germany, and the people felt that they needed to give Adolf Hitler more power to rectify that issue, and by giving him more power, he ended up becoming what he became. And every time Hitler did was legal according to German law because he had the power to do it. You understand? But that's how censorship works.
Yeah, but that's different from
censorship
television.
Always begins with It's not censorship. Hitler was
it's different from television. I mean, listen, when we were kids, people
had the power to censor even phone conversations.
If it is knee-jerk, why is it that? If it is knee-jerk, why is it that when you were a child, your father will censor you even from the things that you say? It's not a knee-jerk.
That is not censorship. That is raising your child and censorship. When the government censorship involves the state,
you just made an argument about Adolf Hitler, which doesn't
he's a president
or connect to TV. This is television you're talking about.
Are
you serious?
The reason why I mentioned Adolf Hitler was it started with censorship with Adolf Hitler situation.
It is different from television and film. It's different.
It was a newspaper and telephone. Is that no media? Is this about no media? Is that no media?
It is.
Is TV no media?
It is.
And that's why I specifically use him because it was censorship of newspaper and telephone conversations.
Okay, so
you understand?
I think we need to make something clear. I think we need to differentiate between censorship and classification. We need to make that difference clear because those are two different things.
Yeah, sure.
I'm mistaken.
Definitely.
Classification is different from censorship.
Yes.
So we need to make it clear so that people who are watching can also learn something. What you're talking about is censorship. It's not classification. What the film authority is saying is classification and examination.
What people are calling for that they shouldn't show such and such programs on TV. It's not classification.
Yeah, that is not classification.
That's not classification.
They are saying that, listen, those are not the words of the film authority. Let's be clear.
No, I'm not sure he's
I said
those who are saying let's create a censorship on the fact that don't show A, don't show B.
Yes, that's what I'm talking about.
But I'm saying that let's make it clear that what the film authority is saying is classification and not censorship.
Yes,
so somebody is watching, they can understand.
I get it to him.
Yes.
And of course, you referred to the statement and said it was classification and not censorship.
Yes. However, there be call for censorship.
But you agree that what's happening now, the conversation now, it's more of censorship than classification.
Yes. When you say the conversation happening around the issues of the Kasoa killing,
yes,
in the media, it's censorship. I agree.
Okay.
It's not classification.
Sure.
Yes,
So
exactly.
that one, if he makes it
That's
clear,
what I
we
was
can have a
making,
good conversation.
Yes.
That's exactly.
So, Nana,
when you are talking
wrap
about
up in a minute.
Censorship, when you are calling for censorship, you always look at. That's why I said it's a knee-jerk reaction. That there's something that's happened in our country is tragic. So we say, okay, who are you going to blame? The media.
But you see.
So what
your statement that is a knee-jerk reaction.
It's what I don't understand.
I remember Information Minister Kojo Ponkroma wrote to the BOG and the NMC over this money doubling thing. So for you to say it's a knee-jerk reaction,
I don't get it.
No, the conversations have been happening around it so far.
Is it?
That's what
it's not. It's just that this issue has resurrected that argument. It's not
loud, and there's a loud call for censorship.
Yes, and that is because it involves teenagers. There are teenagers who committed the act.
Yes,
which is why the conversation has come back again.
So now,
I am
the point
sure.
that I was trying to make is that there was something I wrote that I wanted to say that my friend is saying always media is always. I don't know if you disagree with me. Media is always a reactionary body. Media doesnь media set agenda.
Okay, so you are saying
understand?
Essentially you are saying
I'm saying that media is showing things that the people is based on what the people are craving for. If that type of content is selling, would the media not put it on?
So essentially you are saying that we should allow the ritualist, the spiritualist.
People have their belief systems. I don't believe in traditional African religion. I don't know how it works. And people have their belief systems.
Okay.
That's somebody's belief system. I'm a Christian. I don't want the government to tell me what to do.
Nana,
you understand?
Yes.
Okay. See, for us to sit here and say that censorship is a knee-jerk conversation, I don't think so. I feel that there are things that in our country, one, we are growing as a country. We are experiencing things that others in the world have gone through over so many years. So we are fine-tuning ourselves to fix the issues as and when they come. Our major problem is that all of us as Ghanaians, we like to do the blame game. And when it touches on religion, you dare not speak against my religion. We are enemies when it comes to religion. We are friends when we watch football. We are friends when we change one girl. We are enemies if you dare tell me the person I'm worshipping is wrong. This whole issue, part of it, people have said it that it's also drawn on the line of religion. If a pastor is allowed to preach on television, if a Muslim is allowed to have a television station to propagate the words of Allah, what about those who are also in the other forms of religion? Probably what you are watching on television is not your religion, so why are you watching it? You don't believe in somebody saying, "Me penipa 15 on my serious, I'm almost sick." You don't believe in that. So once it comes to your Facebook or you see it on TV, you change the channel. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
We have to understand the people who are calling for this censorship is because they feel that we've allowed the biggest validator, which I have said before, that television and radio, traditional ones, they are Ghana's biggest validator. Listen, if you do anything in Ghana, if you like, let somebody die here, put it on Ghana Web. Yeah, you my what you say, oh, I see my say, hey, I see what go. Because of why? When people, TV has built a certain perception that if it comes on there, it's the final say. So instead of us to just jump on to chastise the National Media Commission and say, why are you giving people who are doing blood money licensing and all those things? Let's not forget the commercial value that comes with running a television station, running a media house. If we are to calculate the amount of money spent in a day in any media house, I'm not sure anybody will ask us questions how we raise money to pay some of these expenses. We need to run as a business. I charge a pastor 2,000. Why can't I take money from a malam? Because I don't believe in that, right? Mm-hmm. So if the media house does believe, or the owner of the media house does not believe in that part of religion, he won't take the business.
Even when not, you see, the tag malam sounds some way, because malam, if in the actual sense, is a preacher.
I know.
Yes,
I know.
Malam is a teacher. Yes.
So, I know, but I'm saying I'm using it in the context that
in the context of
everybody will understand.
The one
how
that
the Ghanaians understand. That's
it's just a clarification.
Just
so the viewer doesn't, misunderstand your argument. But I'm saying, if we have someone that comes on TV and says, "Maybe yes, you can do," are you suggesting that because media houses may need monies to run, we should open the gate for such people?
Media is regulated by a body. The body does not fund anybody, any media house's operational cost. Then that body does not supplement any administrative cost for any media house. As a matter of fact, that body even increases charges for licensing alone. If a TV station is telling you how much they have to pay for a license, you will be surprised. Now, until we take classification serious in Ghana, that is why those people who have DSTV, they'll tell you, they take parental control is advised. You can set, it's all classification. There are times where a certain show can air, a certain show cannot air. There are times where it's everything has to do with class. Because what I like, Nene may not like it. But what Nene may like, I wouldn't like it. And maybe Nene, they're not paying, you're paying 10 p.m. So you are spoiled with choice. There is not one TV station, it's not two, it's not three, it's not five. Yes. Now, you stamp your feet on the law of classification. Now, if NMC sees that you are not going by the classification rules and regulations, then they have to sanction you. They can even go as far as threatening to take your license because you are not following the rules that governs classification. Why I'm saying this, because all those who have channels in Pan-African platforms like the DSTVs and the rest, if you make a mistake in any of their rules, the third sanction, you are taken off. So if any Ghanaian is on DSTV, check how they operate their channel. They take it to work out. Even the sound, there's a certain quality of sound that you have to output, that you have to give to people who are watching your channel, and they adhere to it. Of course, rule no law ne da ho e da ha. Ana yense wo ha say e be law no any e ba be ye ba ko ha no. E ye obi adwuma o makakra me di ni nsem ye nti wada. Omo bi su ko se okoma law na yeduma. Obi wana say e ma ne kakra onje oman ni na ho no ajo no kwa ne boto ne ma. Na waje no aka say ye wo dem to aso. If we continue to overlook those things, we will be here every time when we are hit with such an incident. We will come back here and argue and do the blame game 2 weeks. It will go away. Then another sex tape will come. Then we'll go and talk. 2 weeks. Bruh, I don't think TV has anything to do with the killings that happen in Kumasi.
The NMC boss says it's a lazy investigation.
Yes.
To blame the incident on television, TV and radio content.
Yes, I agree. I said it before he even said, I had a call from spies in Takrady, and I told them, listen, let's all be sincere with ourselves. Let's take morality into play right now. Let's be honest with ourselves. We all know that the killing of that 10-year boy is morally not right. So why are we not questioning the moral standard of the two boys from where they are coming from? Why are we overlooking morality?
That's exactly what I'm talking about. People always want to put the blame on somebody
and
outside.
Pushing the thing to a certain outlet who are doing their job, creating employment for thousands of people. So right now, if they shut those TV stations, do you know the ripple effect of that thing that will happen in the country? Obviously, I'm buying that or talk again. Say, because you are saying don't show blood money on TV. No, because T-Lines is number 2. No, the unemployment situation will go up. It's about moral and standards right now. The 2 boys they have father and they have a mother. They come from a home. They live in a society. What are they seeing? What are they exposed to in the society? What kind of conversations are they hearing around the people who are elderly or older than them in their society? What level of engagement are they being put to without us even knowing? That is why I agree with the boss of the NMC. Because if police can begin to question the boys properly, who say, so when you send a game conversation, there is always a certain chairman somewhere who is literally the one who confirms the client, does everything. And there are boys who are trained to sit around and look for clients or do whatever it is. Why are we jumping the gun and going straight to attack the media? Okay, so say we're doing TV now. When are you home? But there are thousands of that death, this kind of death that happens in Ghana. I will be answering. For you, when you focus on look at Cape, look at Takrade, Kumasi, Bibiani, Oti, Go Kowachi. When you call it Kumudibia, and I won't be there. It's me who be action on there say Okuta body parts, not news. These are all things that the police
but
are.
and only paying for.
You see,
But I'm saying that if the police begin to do their job well, they will begin to question. They can be able to question the boys and begin to do the trail.
Okay.
To whoever inspired that.
It's regular TV stations.
But
the spiritualists should continue advertising.
They should stand by their.
When you talk about the law, there's something you need to talk about the boys, right? There've been a lot of abuses of their rights. You know, there's a juvenile act, right?
Boss, they've killed somebody. No.
You see, the point is.
No.
Let me finish up. Let me come.
Let him make the point. But of course, they've killed somebody. But at the end of the day, they still have rights. They still have rights.
What are you talking about? What could I say is right? What could abuse is right?
You think they don't have rights?
Hey, sir.
The court has not pronounced them guilty yet.
Oh, wow.
The juvenile, let me finish talking. The Juvenile Act has a specific provision about protecting the identity of minors who are under investigation. Their age, everything about their personal information is not supposed to be in the media.
We understand that the age of one of the boys is being contested.
Yes,
he's not a minor.
How did the age become an issue of contention in the media? You understand? When the age of contention is being discussed in the media, it is a problem. Now, the police or whoever leaked the information about them, their name, their age, I even saw a picture of their picture somewhere, right? All those information being out is against the Juvenile Act.
Okay.
And you know, in the UK, there was this case about some 2 boys around the same age who killed a minor who was way younger than 11 years. I think the minor was like 8 years old. What they did was they lured the little baby to a train station and made the baby lie down the train station. Train passed on the baby, and the baby was killed. It was very tragic. During that trial, those 2 boys, their names were never used in the trial, and they were giving fake news during the trial. And after the trial, when there was time for them to come out, the government gave them a different name again, because it is law that you protect minors when they are under investigation, because you know their mind is constantly not be fully developed yet. Everything they do.
But I haven't seen the name of the boys.
No, but their age is in the media.
Their age is there. Their pictures.
A man of God.
Which I really am. All the reports I followed. I'm saying all the age that have been mentioned,
you know, they went to their house. You went to their house to check him.
I went to one of their house.
They should stop that nonsense from a man of God. I'm a preacher, I'm a minister, so you shouldn't.
Nobody had access. Nobody had access to where they live.
When you go to come back to you yourself,
only access is where the thing happened. Of that thing here, but it's
so
not right.
And even
that, so why are you not questioning the parameters where you cannot go? Because when they are on Monday, that was a holiday.
Why are you where they live and all those things? They are all protected information.
Who identify those 2 boys? They know
exactly
who are doing
what is protected information. Even those people in their neighborhood, if they should speak to the media, they could also be arrested for that.
It's
You
not a
understand?
knee-jerk
Because
reaction.
I just want to point out. I just
It's
want to
not.
ask
If you work with a particular the most important thing here.
You see when you mention a particular TV station. That
Two boys.
Yeah,
I'm saying,
when I had the issue, I said if they had
Nene.
enough cash,
it's
any
not
part of the
knee-jerk
boys, the
because
10-year-old boys,
censorship is not knee-jerk because there
it could be a
are
good
times
conversation
and
to say
everything.
that we don't know
If
what
you
happened.
read television,
Whether there
if you
was
read television, they
an
will tell
act to
you.
reaction
There are times where you
or
can
whatever
show
happened.
A. There are
But
times
we
where
are
you can
channels.
show B. You can't
So
show B
crack.
on
You
A
cannot
time
sa-
because it's wrong.
Yeah, but it's a different.
It changes the conversation. Law has to come to a place. We respect the law. That's how come even till now, the police. I need the police to come out and be giving us updates on what is happening.
They can't do that. They are minors.
Oh, boss, you cannot even now come and give because listen, there are 2 families involved, right? No, there are 3 families involved. One of the families is at the sad end, and they know the other 2 families in the neighborhood. You can hold your law and say they are minors. You can't give updates on what is happening. And then you are telling them to take the matters into their own hands.
Which the family has said.
Exactly.
They've made that statement
if
clear.
we have to do the right thing, let's do the right thing. If we cannot mention their names and their age or whatever, let's keep those information. But let's get the public updated on what's happening so that we'll be confident. Say, we so
You see, hey, the thing is that usually this whole thing, because they are minors, how their trial is going to be. The reason why I brought that up.
We understand that they can't even be
they can't
in
be
prison for more than 5 years.
I think 3 years. Is it 5
That's
years?
5.
Yeah.
More than 5.
The point is
More than 5 years.
They can't be in jail for more than 5
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, because they are minors.
And
The reason why I brought this up is
you know that the pain of the mother and the father of that 10-year-old boy is more than 5 years.
Oh, of
Forever,
course.
yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, the point I'm trying to make is that
And then 30 seconds.
I wanted to I brought this up to say that because they are minors, the way their trial will be handled will be different from the way other trials are being handled. I know that people are going to be saying, but they are minors, so the law is going to treat them like minors.
Boss,
so
we don't want the law to treat them as minors. We want the law. We want the law to take its course. Listen.
you have to do
that's
We want listen. If you say the law should take its course in Ghana, it is due diligence.
okay.
That's what happened. That's what they say. If you say they are minors, that's what they say. You want the law to if you say I didn't never see you. Law now
You
you
can't
book
see.
no. If you see you say you implement the law no.
Okay. Yeah,
What am I saying?
The case is in court, so let's see
So
what happens.
if some, for example, let me say this. Say for some, their trial is not supposed to last for more than 6 months. If for some reason maybe at the end and the trial go more than 6 months, the judge can use that as a reason. Will have to use that as a reason to free them. Rebecca said, "Oh, the law didn't take his course, but the law did take his course. The trial maybe went over 6 months because they are minors. It's me, I release you."
Yeah, that's it. Yoko break. When we return, we'll do the VGMAs, the 22nd edition. The nominees have been unveiled. Who deserved a nomination? Who didn't? Nani Rebecca said, "Yeah, can't. I didn't answer, but I was say I can't." So we'll be back to discuss the list of the VGMAs. Welcome back. It's Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. And quickly, let's look at the Vodafone Ghana Music Awards, the 22nd edition. Now, on April 3, 2021, which was Saturday, the board was done with its work, and so the list of nominees were released. Mamisha Siemfri Neneho. Nene. Categories Nemu Diahena. Which one would you want to comment on?
Today I'm in a very spiritual mood.
You want to do gospel? What do you think? Hip hop?
Not gospel per se. I just want to. You see, last year was in the end of year review, we did mention that last year was very good for women in Ghana music.
Yeah.
And because of that, a lot of the women had a very good year last year, and I was happy about that. And this nomination list have reflected that. You understand? It has reflected the fact that women did have a good year last year. I think for the first time we have 2 women in the Artist of the Year category, and that is
Adina
my
and
church
Hamilton.
member Diana Hamilton, and my other church member Adina.
Adina actually top nominations with 10.
I think Diana had 11.
11?
Yes.
Really? What I saw,
I think I did now.
it's Adina. Adina had
Because
10.
I think I read somewhere that Diana had 11.
No, Diana can have
Adina
11
had
when
10.
she's not in the
Diana
the
did not get 11. Adina had 10 nominations. Kidi had 9. Kofi Jama 7. Sarkodie 7. Medical 7. Kwame Eugene 7. Mr. Drew 6. Dinah Hamilton 6. Keche 5. Joby 5. Dako Vibes. Kwesi Arthur 5 each.
Okay, yeah, it makes sense. Adina is in the reggae and some other
Yes.
Yeah. So the whole thing is, in the history of Ghana music, the highest number of nominations by a woman has been 7, right? That was Ebony. Ebony has 7, and this year Adina has 10. Then Hamilton has 6. I'm hoping she will win at least 5 of those, and that shows that the awards reflected the type of year we had last year, where women were leading, the conversation about music and the sound of music last year. So for the first time, we have 2 women, like I mentioned, being nominated for Artist of the Year, and I'm hoping that it will mean something, that a woman will win again. This one, it won't be the first time a woman is winning. It will mean something for a woman to win again.
Which category do you think is the toughest?
Obviously, the toughest have always been the most popular song, because every single song that is nominated is deserves to win that award. When we did the end of year nomination, when we did the end of year review, I mentioned that I wanted Medical to win Artist of the Year because he deserved it last year. But after reflecting on the year and going, we were in the heat of the moment. And last year, December, the loudest sound was Hustle, right? For me as a hip hop head. So, yeah, I was excited.
It was bigger than Kasoa in December. No, it wasn't.
No, I said for me as a hip hop head.
But Kasoa is his high life.
Now, Hustle was everywhere. It was even in conversations.
Okay.
I mentioned that even the lines from that song were in conversations. So, yeah. So, after reflecting on the year and reflecting on the type of year we had, and reflecting on the fact that for the first time we had a female vice presidential candidate last year, reflect on the fact that for the first time we have a female vice president in the US, reflect on the fact that I'm not a feminist because I'm dating a feminist, and reflect on all those facts. I think that the artists of the year, I'm tipping between Dinah Hamilton and Adina, and any of them who wins will be well deserved.
Okay.
And the most popular song too, for me, as a Christian man, it's a song that deserves to be the most popular song.
Nana?
Like you're in a class. It differs. No, so it is school in a boom. The class for now, it is school in a boom. Near if they number a first, second, it was an hour that 15, 20. Now on Tuesday, I'll see you. I'm saying that because of the conversation that happened with Flo Kingston. Yeah. In a year, everybody is working. In your own corner, you also do you want to wear an item? As soon. But yes, as soon our corner. But the will be or you must be a count one. They share by mass now. Who say, you a demand away, no, next one, but not in query. Do you get my point? I don't think Flo Kingston, the comment he made at that the VGMAs is fake, it is his right. He has a right to speak. He has a right to share his opinion and everything. But to me, I felt like it was unfortunate. And then he even, aside the Ghana Music Awards, he even came to hit hard, as hard, say, when I say ombre fee. What am I saying? Obeying. It's unfortunate, say, why you do my ding? Now you did almost only do my ding in a boom. What my dinner way? And drew a Hondena in Kaino Kutano.
And they can match over to our
Yes, as humans as we are going to react. But after we are done reacting, we should think of the next day. And I'm saying, those of us in the act, our emotions fail us. What am I saying? Ochinebi, next year, if you work hard and you are nominated again, you're going to write, congrats to the fans for making it happen, and they supported you. And then when somebody refers you to your post a year before, you will say that the media is not good.
You say the award winning in 2017.
I say post here.
The post.
I say the media is not good. Let's also speak on Kasoa mentioned that from the Artist of the Year.
Yeah.
You see, because of COVID, the Artist of the Year definition for Ghana Music Awards, Mimi Nyaya, right? Before they even announced the whole, they released the nomination and everything, they would have revisited it and maybe done a few tweaks here and there, because the artist must not just have an album or a hit, must be also must also have mounted a lot of platforms, must have its own concert and all that. Last year we couldn't do concerts.
Did they have concerts?
Yeah,
because of the COVID. Yeah.
Yeah. You as artist of the year, you must be aside the hits and everything.
No, but
do concerts.
It's not part of the
No, like you must be
category
present. I'm saying that you must
have do concerts.
But do that to gain that level of relevance.
But in all honesty, the driver of you winning or getting that nomination is when you stage your own concert to cement all the work that you have done. Unfortunately, last year because of Corona, I have a sad part, it affected them. A song from Kasoa, which is Bajo, which is the biggest song right now, was not the biggest song in the year and the review for Ghana Music Awards. The song started picking up late December, early December, and then started even picking up now this year, 2021. So fans must understand the two. With regards to what category is the hottest now, this year I don't think the hottest category is Song of the Year. I think it's the hip hop Song of the Year. That's where that is the biggest award that will go out on the night.
I'll argue with you on that. Because
the songs there, the songs in that category, Bra, Nyagro. Second to come is the New Artist of the Year.
Yes.
New Artist of the Year. And you see, Oja pa. As for Rapper of the Year, we all know who the Rapper of the Year is last year. You understand? We all know who the Rapper of the Year last year.
For them to play nonsense.
You know, so it's not even a question of, it's not a debate. We all know who the Artist of the Year last year was. And he's the only artist in the history of Ghana Music Awards who has 2 songs in one category, ever. Even see that. Kidding. He has 2 songs in Song of the Year.
Somebody had 2 songs.
Which song?
He had
he has even the collaboration of the year. There was a year he was
last year.
I said Song of the Year.
Song of the Year. Okay.
Kiddy is the only artist to have 2 songs in the Song of the Year category.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Which shows you his dominance in the year and the review, and also his presence and even being creative to creating avenues of staging his own mini shows with TV3 with the whole 9 Girls and Kiddy, and being the first Ghanaian to be part of the Afrobeat charts, the UK charts at number 15, and then going on the Billboard with Teddy Riley and all those things, and I think that we need to also embrace or tap people at their back when they work hard. It will be beautiful, like Nene was saying. Last year was a woman, it was the year of the women. They did their best. But it's a fair competition now. Now they are preaching equality, and they are not preaching anything than equality. So if you put everybody as an artist and remove the tag of male and female as an artist, and you are rewarding the artist of the year, I think the artist of the year number 1 is Kiddy.
Okay.
And he has to win it hands down. I think this Ghana Music Awards board have done well. I'm not happy because the controversies are less. I'm not happy about that because every scheme should be different, and every scheme should come with its own
controversies.
It should be different.
Every scheme has what it makes it different from the other.
Yes, and it makes it unique. So this year,
it appears to me that the list is too perfect. Good,
yes,
too perfect.
It's too perfect. Yes.
And because of the process that they went through in doing they did the three process. So and I'm happy that the nominees announcement show people were shocked with what they saw, and I think I read few commentaries on social media where people are saying, hey, na nominees in Pony and the main show.
The main show there.
Some will say Omuntimenya. And yes, I'm young Obiashin. But for the growth of our industry, that what is coming, Ghana should be ready for it.
Nania 18, Nania already is with OnePlayAfrica.com. Nenebi is a columnist, so we've been having a discussion on the alleged ritual murder happening in Kasoa and the call for the contents on radio and television to be regulated. The VGMAs is also out. Please vote for your musician or your artist. And yes, sir, did you vote?
Did you vote?
To all those who had nominations, congrats. Those who did not, better luck next time. Please vote for your artists to ensure that they win whichever categories that they've been nominated. The show has been Bloggers Forum on Ghana Web TV. My name is Benefo Boaben Abrantipa. Thank you for watching.